Oh, so it's finally happening. Time to find out who's the baddest 91 in the collection. Oh, though this is gonna be quick. But first, you might want to look behind you. Oh, no, you're not distracting me. We're getting this done right now. Get him off! Get him off! Oh my god, you just saved my life. That's cool, but are you feeling okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, that doesn't look fine.
Tuna.
Well, at least that argument's decided. Alright, but still... can somebody call Normaritas, please? Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today we got the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah Heat Ray Godzilla Hokkaido version.
Hokkaido version.
So you have the regular one, which isn't the atomic version, and then you have Hokkaido, which has all the fancy boom boom electric atomic goodness. And the main reason I picked this up, unlike the first release, is because I already have the Monster Arts version of it with the regular release. I love my Monster Arts. So for a lot of these, like the Toho focused Godzilla figures, I'm trying to just get the atomic version of these so I can skip out of the Monsters versions.
It should make sense, because, like, why would I, and I'm not being, like, negative about this, but why would I need six, seven same figures, you know? I'm just going to get the one I like the most, or one that fits my needs the most.
No, they make a 62, and they want to make multiples of those.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I'll buy that.
There's a little give somewhere.
85. 85 be cool, because you could do, like, 85, Atomic 85, Cybot 85, Atomic Cybot 85.
Yeah.
One comes with a Super
I
Rex.
take back what I said.
Those I would buy. It's pretty much like 62, 85, and I'd say Shin. Shin I would maybe buy multiples of.
Yeah, but Shin comes...
Shin's also the only Monster Arts I have multiples of.
I was going to say, Shin comes in multiple forms.
Yeah, because I have him and I have the atomic version of the Monster Arts. Everybody else I have the one.
Yeah.
Unless they came from like a specific movie. So that's my whole logic with the Hiyas currently. Legendary-wise, it's reverse. I'll buy the versions of them for Legendary. I'll buy like the basic version of those. I actually been skipping the Monster Arts of them.
Well, it gets to the point, like, do I really...
I don't love the Monsterverse as much as some of the Toho stuff. I like it, but not enough that I need, like, again, multiple versions of the same things. And I think where Hiya succeeds in the Legendaries, I think they're honestly better than what we give Monster Arts.
Well, with all the companies out there now, SH Monster Arts, Hiya, Super 7, they all have, like, their own thing that, you know, each company or, like, each figure that I like for them, you know?
Yeah, they're all kind of doing their own things, like, a little bit differently, and I can appreciate that. But anyways, for the package, not too shabby. It's got Godzilla. You got him doing his beam. I like that that's photoshopped here.
Steve, I've been asked a couple of times, what does that mean on top? Exquisite Basic.
It's fancy. It's the basic version. It is what it is.
Makes no sense to me. It can't be fancy and basic.
That's just kind of what the articulated line is. It's the exquisite basic. Got him doing his little roar back. Him with his beam. Some Liga Mumbo Jumbos. Him with his head slightly turned. And more of the name on the bottom top. Anyways, let's get him opened up out of its cardboard prison. Alright, so now we got Godzilla open up out of its cardboard prison. First and foremost, it has things.
Bum,
Bum, bum. He comes with extra hands.
Ooh, which ones are they?
So these are like slightly clenched.
And
It's hard to say. They're like they got a little bit of a bend to them.
So like he could hold something possibly in there.
Well, on the figure, yeah, it's just more open hands. Now, if I want to be a little bit nitpicky, it may be nice to maybe have more like a scratching hand.
Oh, like a claw, like out.
Yeah, kind of like actual outwards. Maybe that could have been what was actually on the figure, is more of like scratching, clawing hands, and then these are like your basic regular hands. Because when I think of Godzilla walking, I kind of think of these.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it would be nice to have maybe a more animated hands. While these are like fairly similar. Again, not gonna complain. We got extra stuff. It helps to increase the amount of toy photography you could do and just display options in general. So I still really dig these, and they're painted very nicely. Got some bone coloring from the nails. Yeah, it has extra things. I'm all for that. Also comes with this giant beam. Jesus. Which I will say, one thing I do find kind of weird is when you look back here, it almost kind of looks like when I'm 3D printing and you had to support a little bit too close to the beam and it gets like stuck in it.
That's what I thought it was at first, but it looks like it's actually part of the beam, or they made it part of the beam.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like the energy, like energy ripples, but it's just the way it like lays, especially that one. It looks like it's an accident.
Accident.
Because it's only here at the base of the mouth, and then once you get towards the front of it, it starts doing a bit of a swirl.
Spinny thing.
Into the front of the beam, which I think looks really cool. One thing I would maybe have liked is, because I always feel like with this Godzilla, it's sort of like a companion piece to the Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Having it look more like it's actually hitting something. So maybe having the spray be a little bit more outward, so when you have it next to the monster, it looks like it's exploding. It looks like a
Kamehameha wave being shot.
Yeah, while like the Kamehameha is hitting something. While with this, it looks way more natural for him, like when he's shooting his beam and it's just in the air. But if you were to just add a little bit more spikes going outwards, I still think you would be able to pull off that look while also still looking fairly natural when it's coming into contact with something. But when you want to insert it into Godzilla, at the top of his mouth, you'll sort of see there's a little hole up there.
Giggity.
There's a peg here, and you just line it up in the mouth, and then it inserts upwards. If I can find it. So pretty much you'll like get all the way to the back of the throat. So then it hooks in, and then it stays in. So you don't need to stand or anything for it to be sitting upward. Now, it is going to add quite a bit of weight to the joint, so...
I was going to say, is that going to damage that joint over time? Should you get a stand for it?
I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But it's just not going to be able to support its weight. So even if I like rank the head back,
ooh,
you can get it to stay. But I imagine, yeah, with any bit of movement, it's going to start going. But as you can see, it's possible.
It's possible,
but yeah, if you want to get a stand, stand would help too. But what's also nice too, like I said, if it had a look like it's contacting, you just sit it up next to the Ghidorah, looks fine. Toy photography wise, I kind of like this idea a little bit better than having the peg hole and having to really actually utilize the stand. I could definitely get on board with that whole idea. Then for the actual Godzilla, detail-wise, I think it's really sweet.
No, it's pretty good, actually. I like it.
Because I know the original release of this guy had a messed up head. And a lot of people complained about it, so they had a second batch, updated heads. And then this one has the updated head. So you'll see with the eyes, they're painted a little nicer. They're not quite as cartoony looking as what I remember seeing images of the ones.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, where it's got a lot more going on with the pupil, which looks really good. It's looking decently straight. Mouth looks nice. It's got the painted tongue on the inside. Same with the roof of the mouth. Still no bone coloring. My only real critique is for it being 91, I would kind of think the head would have a little bit more of a point. Because the one thing I always remember a lot from that Godzilla, it's a little more cone-heady.
Yeah, he's more cone-head.
While this kind of gives me more of like a slick back vibe.
You just put an extra gel in there when you, put the spines back.
Yeah, pretty much. Which looks good for like generic Heisei Godzilla. But I think for like specifically 91, it's like slightly off, but not off enough that I would be like, ugh, no, I'm not buying this thing. He just gives me more of like a little bit more like 89, 93 kind of, or like 92 kind of vibe. More so than the 91, because each one's like slightly different. Definitely not like Space and Mecha. Like that one's like a very unique looking Heisei. Well, the rest of them kind of like sort of blend together outside of like variations. My favorite thing about this though is I love the atomic blue for the spines.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's translucent plastic with a little bit of white frosting around the top. And I think it really captures that like atomic blast coloring.
Gives it like that electrical, like is actually going through like in that scene.
Yeah, and I like too that it's got a nice fade to it. Where the beam is kind of, or the atomic glow stopping. It has a nice fade to where it is. So it's not just like a harsh stop, which I think is really good.
Yeah.
That being said, it would have been kind of nice to maybe have it a little bit longer going down the tail. Because it's just stopping like right here.
It just further down.
Because when you see it sometimes with lighting, it's like random spots and then it glows. And like this kind of gives me that vibe. But I really dig the way the blue looks on it. It looks really sweet. Then for the skin texturing, it's got that typical Heisei wrinkle pattern going on.
Wrinkles.
Also, I got a little nick on my thumb there. Apologies in advance. You guys get to see my gore from working on stuff. Chest is nice and thick. He's got those juicy, thick thighs. Save lives. It's got thick calves too. Look at the size of those things.
When did they become almost the same size as the thighs?
Well, it's to support his massive weight up top. Which kind of makes sense. Like he's gonna need some bulkier legs. It's not nearly as drastic as like the Playmates Leonardo Godzilla.
Yeah.
Where his legs are like the size of his body. But all the detailing looks really nice. God, those things gotta be like double D's up there. Like, look at him stick out so far.
He works out, let me tell you. He does not miss chest or leg day.
Swole is the goal.
Except his arms, though. Oof,
yeah, his arms are a little bit tiny for all these. But for the texturing, it's got a bit more of a circular pattern on the front here. Also got a really thick neck, which I do like, though.
Jesus.
Then you got the long tail. Each of these are segmented sections for articulation, which for the articulation, tail can kind of do whichever.
It's got really good movement.
I will say he's not, it's like, with some of these highs, it's one of those that are not as posable as a Monster Arts, but they get the job done.
No, I hate to admit it, Monster Arts really does have the posability market.
Yeah, well, it's just, it's like technically they have more stuff that articulates, but like this tail goes any which way the Monster Arts one would, and it holds really well. Same with the legs. You got a bend here at the knee. Feet can rotate side to side and pivot. Leg can only go like a little bit forward and back, so it's not like you're doing some kangaroo kicks with this guy. Sadly. But you definitely get some like little bit of movement for some walking poses. Arms got a solid range of motion. Arms can bend a little bit forward and back. Nothing crazy, but for the most part, he's always going to be like, arms going to be somewhere in the front of him, up high, a little bit down low. So you don't need crazy like ninja pose articulation. But like I said, again, it gets the job done well enough.
Oh, Steven, what have you done?
Head pops off decently easy. But you can get the head to go up about that far, down about that far.
I'm actually shocked about what his neck and head can do.
Yeah, decent side to side. Mouth open and closes. I will say, maybe a little too long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, look at that. Said no girl before to you, Steve.
Right. If anything, I've heard the opposite.
All around me are
familiar.
Oh, wait. As far as we can go, Steve.
Yeah. Seems a little bit long. But then again, a head had to fit in here.
Well, they had to make that neck joint for his beam like that, so I kind of get,
Yeah. It works. It's just got like
just got
the little bump there and it goes up there. It definitely gives me more like suit actor vibes, which again, I kind of like about it. So articulation, really, really good. Oh yeah, also if you want to swap with the hands, grab base of the forearm, base of the hand, and you want to pull and try not to like sit here and twist and whatnot, because that's where you're going to have some issues with the peg possibly snapping. And then you grab your extra hand, grab at the base of the arm, and you just want to try to go straight in as best you can. You should hear popping sound, feel a little bit of a popping. And there we go. Which honestly, these are probably going to be the hands I'm going to use predominantly on this guy anyways. And for some quick comparisons here, we have the Hiya 91 Atomic version compared next to some other SH Monsters Godzilla figures with their 91 and 2000, because you're talking to Mega Gears. Here's 91 compared next to the Hiya Evolved Godzilla and the Super 7 Dark Horse Comics version. And here's with the Trendmasters Nuclear Strike Godzilla. I think that's what your name was. I always forget. And the SH Monsters 91 Ghidorah. And here's some King Ghidorahs for him to fight, since we don't have the Hiya one, at least yet. With the Monster Island King Ghidorah and the Trendmaster Roaring one. And finally, we have some random comparisons with the Bam Presto Has-Been Hotel Angel Dust and the Buzz Mod Kill Ryuko Montoya in the school uniform. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we got a Foxy. Look forward to that review sometime soon, too, with skits and everything. So overall, for the Hiya 91 Heat Ray Godzilla is what I'm going to call him. I think he's really great.
Oh, he really is. I really like the spines. Like, that's one of my top-notch things for him.
Yeah, the spine's sweet. I like how the beam incorporates it into his mouth so that it can hook up without requiring a stand. I think is really cool. Love the extra hands. Detailing on it, I say, is really good. Not quite as good as the Monster Arts, but it's not enough that I would say, if you wanted to save money, this is an easy replacement for that one.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like, if you want a better version, I would say Monster Arts. But for the price gap, it's really hard for me to recommend the Monster Arts over this one.
Well, even like you said, I mean, Monster Arts has the articulations on point, you know what I mean? So unless you're doing something crazy with him for a photography.
Yeah, it's even that, like I said, I think the details on it is a little bit better too, but it's like, is it $70 better? Like, I could get two of these for the price. Like, you could get the regular version and the Atomic for the price of the Monster Arts.
Yeah.
And I would say you might be better off buying the other two over the Monster Arts for the most part. I'm deep enough in that line to where I'm still going to buy them anyways. But for your average collector or somebody that's not a completist, or maybe you didn't pick up the Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Like you don't have the Heisei Ghidorah, then I think this is a easy figure to pick up for that regards. And if you like to pick up your Hiya Godzilla figures, link in the description for CalcusToys.com. You can save 6% off your order code Steve Calcus at checkout. It's my current go-to for Hiya figures. Get them much sooner than any of the stateside places. Granted, I was definitely late on picking up this one, so that's why he could have been here sooner.
It wasn't a website. It was just a Steve.
Yeah, it was Steve. Steve was just late on buying this guy. But so that being said, you also know I buy from them.
Yeah.
So I don't mind promoting them. But essentially, it's pretty much the order of operations is Hiya releases it, Hiya has it in their store, and then Calcus has it shortly thereafter. And then everybody else is kind of waiting. So again, definitely my go-to. The import fees are part of the shipping, so you don't have to worry about extra fees once it arrives either. And again, you get much sooner, and you can save money. 6%. Steve Calcus.
Pay some of the fees.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
But anyways, we also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like people that even want to donate, greatly would appreciate it. We also have a dasher if you want to get our logo on some stuff. We got the boxery if you guys are looking for awesome display cabinets to put your figures in. I blanked out. We have an Etsy, and we'll see you guys next one. Bye-bye.